TALIAFERRO. So I want to give this one a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're going to label this a news break, but I want to give some commentary on the back end of this one because I have a lot of opinions. This is probably as big a news story we've seen in hip-hop in 2020. So Megan Thee Stallion, I have not met Megan Thee Stallion yet. My guess is she's a pretty dope individual. She seems like a really good person. So Megan Thee Stallion was initially signed to a former baseball player. I actually watch baseball a lot. I used to really love it, but she signed to a former baseball player that I believe is in the Houston, Texas area. Goes by the name of Carl Crawford. If you watch baseball, you know Carl Crawford in his heyday was a pretty damn good player. Never a great, but pretty damn good in his heyday. Carl Crawford made a lot of money, and Crawford started this label called 1501. Megan Thee Stallion was signed to Carl Crawford's 1501 label. This is before she blew up, became the hot girl summer and all that. Carl Crawford claims he founded Megan Thee Stallion. He pretty much claims he's the reason why she popped off. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I have not been on the Megan Thee Stallion wave for years. I knew she did a song with Moneybagg a couple years ago. I don't know that much about Megan Thee Stallion before she really popped off in 2019. All right. Megan Thee Stallion signed with Roc Nation for management midway through 2019. So let's call a spade a spade. Megan likely signed with this 1501 quote-unquote label because it really ain't a label. It's really just a dude in your city that's got the bag, that want to get his rap, probably wanted to be a rapper himself, but now he's got the money. He's retired from his career. He's still got a lot of money. He wants to make another money. He wants to find good investments. He's investing his money and time into an artist like a Megan Thee Stallion, a young talent who can rap her behind off. She's got a nice look to her. She can dance. So he's probably just looking for something to invest his money in and get something in return. So pretty much what Megan was getting out of 1501 and Carl Crawford was a cosign, the bag to help her out as she's coming up. She was actually in college, right? So he's giving her the bag while she's in college. He probably takes some off the top, some show money, probably make a little bit of that back, but he was playing the long-term game. He invested in Megan Thee Stallion. That's all this is, because he really ain't a label, right? He's not a real label if you want to be specific about it. This is a music group that he's created that he's going around calling a label. But at the end of the day, money was likely exchanged, right? Now, Megan then got with Jay-Z's Roc Nation. That's what a lot of artists are doing right now. So they're going and signing elsewhere, but they're going and getting management advice from Roc Nation. Roc Nation can get you the Puma deal, and I think Megan's got the Puma deal. It could get you in rooms with people that you just can't get in on your own. And this is Jay-Z we talking about. You be connected to his wife Beyonce, some of the top players in the game. Jay-Z can pretty much get you in contact with anyone you need to, because he knows everyone that you would need to know. All due respect to Carl Crawford in 1501, Jay-Z can get you in rooms that Carl Crawford can't. I just want to put that out there in the most respectful way to call as possible. So Megan Thee Stallion went to her Instagram yesterday to explain why she has not dropped music yet. She is due for an album. Honest to God truth, she probably should have dropped last year at her climax. She didn't really drop music third or fourth quarter of 2019. It's 2020. Megan was supposed to drop an album first quarter. She's yet to drop music. Well, here's Megan's explanation of why she has not dropped music.
When I signed, I didn't really know what was in my contract. I was young. I think I was like 20. And I didn't know everything that was in that contract. So when I got with Roc Nation, I got management, real management. I got real lawyers. And they was like, do you know that this is in your contract? And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. No, I didn't know. So I'm not mad at 1501. I wasn't upset because I'm thinking in my head, oh, well, everybody cool. We all family. It's cool. It's nice. Let me just ask them niggas to renegotiate my contract. Soon as I said, I want to renegotiate my contract, everything went left. Like, it just all went bad. It all went left. So now they're telling the bitch that she can't drop no music. It's really just like a greedy game. Like, it's really just real greedy. Wasn't trying to lead a label. Wasn't trying to not give nobody money that they feel like they entitled to. I just want to renegotiate some shit. I'm not a greedy person. I'm not a person that like confrontation. I'm not a person that's a bitch. Like, I work with everybody, and I'm nice, and I'm real family oriented. But niggas gonna be niggas, and they gonna be greedy, and they gonna be shady. And I see the shit that people be, that, you know, that Cant be saying about me, and I'll be like, damn, well, since you got so much to say, why you just won't tell them? Why you mad? You mad because I don't want to roll over and bow down like a little bitch, and you don't want to renegotiate my contract. Niggas be like, oh, yeah, they made Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion was Megan Thee Stallion before I even got over there. I've been rapping, been freestyling, been doing me, been mad.
So again, Megan kind of reiterated some of the stuff that I told you guys leading up to this video. She's saying she's got a bad relationship with the original label that signed her in 1501. She's now getting game from Jay-Z and Roc Nation. I want to bring this full circle. Here's why this is such a great conversation. I understand both sides, and I understand why both sides are frustrated. Legally, I believe Carl Crawford in 1501 is right with the information that I have. I obviously probably don't know everything involved in this situation, but I think it's so great to talk about, right? So Carl Crawford signs a young Megan Thee Stallion. Before all this then popped off, he give her money. He probably paid for studio time. She's a female act, so he's got to probably pay for some other things that come with signing a female rapper in the game, right? He's got to fund all that. He's essentially believing in Megan Thee Stallion before Jay-Z and Roc Nation ever had the chance to believe in Megan Thee Stallion. A lot of these artists, before a lot of these fans ever had the opportunity to believe in Megan Thee Stallion, Carl Crawford was on that bandwagon before a lot of people, right? If I believe in you, if I'm investing my money in you, I'm obviously looking to come up at some point. I'm not doing this just because I love your music, just because I think you're cool, you're a dope person. This is what smart business people do. They invest their money in things that will have a great return. That's the dream, right? So technically Megan should honor that deal, right? That's probably what Carl Crawford is thinking. He made a good investment. He invested in something that's going to have a high return. The contract he signed, Megan has probably went 10 times over that contract, right? Which is why she brings up renegotiating the deal. Okay, if I'm Megan Thee Stallion, switch over to the other side. Megan's like, hold on now. We signed this deal in good faith. But Carl, 1501, there's no way you could have even fathomed me becoming the star that I've become. And this is not the NBA. This is not the NFL. And Carl Crawford's sake, we'll put it in terms like this. This ain't the MLB. There is no number to quantify how valuable a female rapper is. I'll break this down to you. Cardi B is married. Alright? Megan Thee Stallion is probably the top female rapper in the game right now that can talk that talk and walk that walk right now. Y'all know what I mean. Nicki seems to be not as active a rapper anymore. The City Girls, I don't look at them as the most talented artists out there. Megan's got to be the biggest female rapper right now that can talk that talk the way you need her to talk it on a record with DaBaby, a record with Moneybagg, whomever, right? So this ain't the NBA, this ain't the NFL, this ain't the MLB. We can't look and see, okay, Steph Curry is making $35 million, LeBron should get $40 million. KD should get $38 million, right? Kawhi should get around what LeBron getting $40-45 million. There is no number out there that can quantify how valuable having the top female rapper in the game right now. So Megan's like, bruh, all due respect, I can't drop no music under you My management, Rock Nation, is just telling me this is just, you don't have the money for me. You don't have the money to get the things cleared that I need to get cleared. You don't have the budget to do the press tour that I'm trying to do, the travel. I want to fly on my PJ. I'm sorry, at some point, Carl Crawford, if I'm Megan Thee Stallion, I just became too big to do business with you. It's effed up. Because even if Carl Crawford wanted to renegotiate the deal with Megan in good faith, there's not you can't quantify a number. You cannot put a number on having a top female rap in the game. So it's so messed up on Carl Crawford's end, because legally him and 1501, they're right. He signed the artist. There's paperwork saying you're signed to me for so many projects or whatever the agreement is, for years, whatever it is, right? But Megan's like, bruh, I got Rock Nation looking over this paperwork. There are some flaws in the paperwork. And though you believed in me out the gate, I'm sorry, I'm just too popping now. You can't try to hold me to the little I don't know the numbers, I'm just throwing some numbers out there. You can't hold me to the little $2-3 million budget that we got right now when my album's gonna cost $20-30 million. Why would I don't want to put out an album worth $2 or $3 million right now. Why would I do that to myself when I got records with FERRO that got to be cleared? I got all these samples on my project. I got all these big time artists that want to do music with me. I got Drake hitting me up for a verse. Kendrick, you just don't got the money, bro. You don't got the clout, the power. You just don't got it. So it is a messed up situation all around. Because what's going to happen is guys like Carl Crawford, they're going to stop taking a chance on talents like this in a city. Because what's the point of me signing you? If I got the money to sign you to my label, whatever you think about my label, my group, whatever you want to call it, if I got the bag to sign you to some paperwork, right? And if I think you going to become too big of an act, well, you going to do what Megan's trying to pull on me right now, I'm not signing you. It's going to get to the point where guys like Carl Crawford are only going to sign artists who they know will never be superstars in the game. But then if I'm Carl Crawford, it's like, I want a return on my investment. If I'm a businessman, I want to get the most out of my money. So it's going to make people like Carl Crawford stop signing people, because it's going to create a negative relationship to the point where the whoever's owner of the label, they're going to probably hold their artists back from being only but so big, because it's like, yo, if my artist becomes a Megan Thee Stallion and becomes a superstar in the game in a year's span, she ain't gonna want to be on the team no more. She gonna want to renegotiate a deal. But that's not how contracts work. When you sign paperwork, there's nothing in the contract that says if you become one of the biggest rappers in the game, let's renegotiate your deal. That's not in the paperwork. I have not seen the contract, but I guarantee that's not in there. So I just think it's a great conversation that I would love to know your opinion on. You know mine. I talked for incredibly too long. Let me know what you think. Megan Thee Stallion says she can't put out an album right now. She's due. I don't think she's suffering by any means. She's been super hot in the feature game. She needs to put one out, because I know the music is just holding over. And somebody like Megan, she's witty with the bars. You don't want them bars to get old, right? Like, she's probably sitting on records that were done a year ago, features that were done a year ago. So I know Megan wants to get this thing done and get the album out as soon as possible. But if I'm Carl Crawford, I can see why he holding out and he not taking just any offer. If whoever's gonna give up the money, Rock Nation, whoever wants to get in business with Megan Thee Stallion, you got to do business with Carl Crawford first. That's why her album is not here. Great conversation. Let's continue it in the comment box below. I'll be in my comment section as well. If you like combos like this, make sure you're following your boy on Instagram at itsmrtaliaferro. I can't call this a quick news break, but it is a news break. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
All the kids, they tuned in.
We locked in right now,
Mr. Taliaferro.
Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV.